بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Those verses of Surah Al-Hujurat. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا يسخر قوم من قوم عسى أن يكونوا خيرا منهم. O believers, let not any group of men amongst you mock and ridicule any group of men, lest those who are being mocked are better than those who are mocking them. ولا نساء من نساء عسى أن يكون خيرا منهن. And nor let not any group of women mock, deride and ridicule any group of women, lest those who are being mocked are actually better than them. Then Allah says, وَلَا تَلْمِزُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَلَا تَلْمِزُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. And do not defame yourselves. Remember earlier on I said there's one verse which describes it beautifully. Lums. وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ Lumaza. Lumaza comes from lums. That's the same thing that's being referred to in Surah Al-Hujurat. وَلَا تَلْمِزُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. And do not defame yourselves. Do not defame yourselves. Interesting. Allah says here, do not mock one another. Men should not mock men, women should not mock women. Later, Allah says, وَلَا تَنَابَزُوا بِالْأَلْقَابِ. Do not call each other by offensive names. Later Allah says, do not backbite each other, do not investigate for each other's faults. But here Allah says, وَلَا تَلْمِزُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. And do not defame yourselves. Why would anyone defame themselves? So why does the Quran say, وَلَا تَلْمِزُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ? Why doesn't it say, like it does for all the other traits, and do not backbite each other, do not call out to each other with offensive names, do not mock each other, do not ridicule each other? Why not just simply say, do not defame each other? Why say, and do not defame yourselves? Quite simple. A hadith explains this beautifully. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam once stood on the minbar and said, Ya ma'shara man amana bilisanihi walamma yadkhul al-imanu qalbah. O assembly of those who have believed with their tongues but iman has not yet entered their hearts. لا تغتابوا المسلمين ولا تتبعوا عوراتهم. Do not backbite the Muslims and do not search for their faults. For indeed, he who searches for the faults of the Muslims, Allah will search for his faults. And whoever's faults Allah searches for, يَفْضَحُ وَلَوْ فِي جَوْفِ رَحْلِهِ. Allah will disgrace and humiliate him even in the midst of his own home. That's the meaning of وَلَا تَلْمِزُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Do not defame yourselves. Today you seek to defame someone. Insha'Allah, Allah will ensure that He will defame you, disgrace you and humiliate you one day, even in the midst of your own home. That's why, don't defame someone today, lest tomorrow you will be defamed. So realize that your effort at defaming others will result only in that defamation being hurled back at you like a boomerang. وَلَا تَلْمِزُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. And do not defame yourselves.